Hey, what's up, guys? Victor Alpha 2, Kilo, Foxtrot Uniform, in frequency. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna apologize to everybody. My English is terrible, but I don't think I have the right to say word terrible because I'm gonna get a lawsuit for defamation, but that's another thing. I want to take the time, and most of the videos on my channels are in French because, trying to do same thing as Salty Walt or Michael KB9 KVR KBR Key. Well, you know the guy I'm talking about. But the thing is, I do it in French because we don't have that much in Quebec, and some people don't speak in English here or are not. I speak very bad, but I understand kind of well. So I wanted to do something in French, but now I had an email from my article I posted on QRP Quaterly. And I was surprised they post the article, but that's very cool. I'm very happy. And I wasn't expecting people to write me, but some people did. Actually, Hardy, Kilo Golf 5, Zulu India Delta. First of all, thank you for writing to me. And I wanted to answer to you as soon as possible and by video because it's easier for me than writing, and I'm not a very good writer. So, um, well, actually, the email is goes as follow. I read your article in QRP Quarterly this morning with interest. As a former teacher myself and now an ARRLVE, I don't know what it is. I am interested in ways to pass our hobby along future generation. I applaud your hands-on approach. I do have a few questions. Your station in the box interested me. The USDX was recognizable, but I didn't recognize a radio on the foreground, which appears to be a VHF ND talkie of some sort. Could you please elaborate on those two as well as other items in the box that were not mentioned in the article? Also, I'm not familiar with the little wheel antenna on a binder. Can you elaborate on that, please? I'm looking forward to working you during a photo activation sometime soon. 73. Okay, thank you, Artie. First of all, the little wheel antenna on the binder is really simple. It's a CB antenna called the Little Wheel from Wilson Company. I just removed the whip, and I cut some a metal piece of splinter. I don't know how you call this. We say brush, and a metal to I cut it to make it fit to the 10-meter bends on the Morse portion of the bend, and I put it on a metal binder. That's all, and it did work. Actually, we were heard in Morse by Rivers Bacon in Costa Rica, so that's not something very complicated. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The SWR is around 1.5. It's a compromise antenna, and I wouldn't recommend it. And actually, to be fair, honest, my USDX is now somewhere behind me, somewhere there behind me, because actually it just broke. But I mean, for I used it for 2 years, and I got a really lot out of it. A contact in Australia, which is on single sideband 20 meters. So I'm not gonna complain he broke, and it's Chinese stuff, and maybe I could open it, but I'm not that good in electronics. So, but I'm not gonna complain. He did a good job to me, and but sometimes good things come to pass, then you have to go on. Actually, right now when I'm doing see the Am Radio at home, I'm using Xiegu G90 and better antenna than actually the reason I think he broke is because I wasn't that experimented with Am Radio, and maybe my antennas weren't as good as I thought. But yes, now let's get on with the box. Sorry. Good news for you, I'm actually going camping this Friday, and I just set up my box for next Friday, and the box is an update, so you have the most up-to-date box I use right now. First of all, the ND Talkie you saw in the picture is a simple quant chain. I modified the firmware to put the IGV on it. I did make some contacts in Montreal in DSB, not SSB, with it, but people were very low. It was very hard for me to understand them, but I made two contacts with it, so but it works fine in the FM. Now let's go with the box. What's in the box, as you asked me? So I'm sorry if I hope okay, I'm gonna put the box there so I don't, turn my back on you. Sorry. First of all, what's in the box? Flashlight, because I'm gonna hook it up in the tent so I can see in the dark. I'm gonna do a late night photo, so let's see, piece of paper and a pen. I have this light I call cigarette plug for a battery. You'll see why soon. I have some elastic cable. I don't know if it's the word. If I want to fix antenna, or I need to fix something. My antenna, I use this. I have 20 meters end fed half wave antenna, which I tuned last week and worked pretty well. It's really a QRP antenna. I'm using a FT. The ferrite is a FT40 5043, very small ferrite on it, with a BNC block connector and capacitor. It's I think a 150 picofarad and a wire. And I use a cable. When you buy the wire, I use the plastic thing to hold it, so it's easier for me to carry that antenna. I have a Baufin mic for my HF QRP radio. It's the only mic I found that worked on it, so not really a choice. I have a mic for a VHF mobile station, which is actually here. I bought on Amazon a 25 watt QYT, this thing. It's not that good as I saw the review, but for POTA, I mean, you're going mobile, it's gonna get the job. If I want to make contacts on it with a repeater, it's not gonna be a POTA contact, but if I want to use it on a repeater and talk to people locally, it's gonna work. It's not a good station, but to carry in a box and go camping, and it's not that heavy, so I can put it on my backpack and go SOTA if I want to, and you get 25 watts instead of only 5 watts with this. Then I have a bag. In my bag I have 3 coaxial cable, one 3 feet, 3 feet, sorry, and 2 about 25 feet. I have some connectors, to fit BNC UHF. And I have a Faraday antenna I bought from Hamrookie. Unfortunately, right now I'm not very satisfied with the antenna. I couldn't tune it, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try another day. Maybe I did something wrong, so I'm not gonna do a review on the antenna. Right now I was disappointed with the result, but it might be a problem from myself. So I'll have to check this out. But actually the SWR was very unstable, like if there was a bad soldering in it, but it might not be that. It might be something I did wrong, so I want to set up. But I have the Faraday antenna. I know that they put 60 watt through this antenna, so my 25 watts won't be a problem. Then I have my main, right now that's my main HF station. It's the TR-USD X 20 to 80 meters. Actually, I use, when I began, I was doing a lot of SSB. You can do SSB on it. I did it. I don't like that. I think the microphone, the speaker is shit. Same thing as the microphone, but you can do it. What I like about this is doing Morse code. This is a killer. I have better success with this 5 watt Morse code than with my Xiegu G90. Seriously, I made some contacts 5 watt 40 meters in Europe last March. So this is a beast. This is I really, for CW, that's a monster, and that's fun because that's super light. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is it's plastic printed. Don't leave this in your car, and if you like RD in Texas with pretty heats, not a good idea. The plastic's gonna melt. And I did a winter pota with it, and it was a total fail. I mean, the radio doesn't take very good cold also, so don't go outside at -30, which might not be a problem in Texas. Then I have this little box where there is a nano VNA to tune my antenna. I have a bag with, and some people are gonna freak out, but I don't care. I have this bag where there is my cheap Dollarama $1 store earphones. I have a cable for my CW key. I have what I need to plug my USDX on the battery. I have a pen for the Nano VNA, and I have my CW paddle, which I bring on camping. And some people are gonna go, what the this is a 3.8 millimeter connector, and I did a paddle with it, so it's a stereo one. The left side is my DIT, the right side is my DAW, and I took the ground and as you can see, I wrapped the ground under it. It's not okay, it's not perfect, but you know, if you go camping and you drop this in mud and lose it, you don't give a damn. If you bring your $100 MFG paddle and you get in mud, you might get pissed. So I use this, I don't care. I have some good paddles, but I use them at home to practice actually. The only thing you have to be careful is sometime when you try to do, you have to be careful not so the ring doesn't hang on the da 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 da. So you have to be aware how to use it, but I had very good result. Actually, I prefer using this. I have a CW paddle not with me, and I don't have it with me, but I'm using this. I have good result with this, and I'm pretty happy. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but you have to be patient, and when it works very well. So, and the thing is, it's super small, super light. So if I want to go POTA, actually this box is for POTA. It's too heavy to do SOTA. When I go SOTA, I'm gonna be honest, I don't bring with. I could bring it. I did it last time and I regret it. Next time I'm gonna go SOTA. I'm gonna try to fix my all my HF stuff into this little bag, because actually I'm pretty out of shape right now. Since it was winter, I got injuries and I'm not training as I used, so I had to up to the summit. So now much more smaller, better it is. And then last thing for the, I have this battery for the HF radio. It's a 12 volt 1.3 amp hour 20 hour, and the radio doesn't when you don't use it, it's a 0.50 milliamps. When you transmit, it's 0.800 milliamps. So I mean, I use it and I can last at least 4 hours with this. And I have this battery, which is 12 volt. It's 4 amps, 20 hours. This one is for this radio here. But to be honest, I mean, when you're going this radio, I'm not really intending on using it that much. So probably I'm gonna hook up the HF on the bigger battery. But you know, if you want to use VHF, because I really want a VHF station when I go, so that's okay. And last thing in my box, what I did, I put some, this is for to hold your cell phone on in your car on the heat, where the heat comes out. So I broke them, turned them apart, and I screwed them. So I put the USDX disc. So when I operate, I have it right there, just like you saw in the picture in the QRP Quaterly. So that's what's in the box. I hope I did answer all of your questions, RD. Thanks again for your questions. And guys, if you have other questions, just write to me, va2kfu@mail.com. I'll be a pleasure. And if you like the video, just please share, subscribe if you want to. But the most of the channel is in French, so well, you're welcome if you learn French. But I understand that for some of you, you know, most of the videos won't understand it, and that's okay. I did not try to use the artificial intelligence to translate, and I'm not very savvy about this, but well, what I mean is, thanks for passing by. And if you have other questions, be glad. And thank you again, Artie. And see you maybe on the air. V2KFU. Good night.